clearing agent tells you that your container will not be opened, run. I was an amateur then, but now I don't think I belong to that lane. If you know that you are importing things that are legal, I don't think you should for my mistake. I hope you will be aware of this way to get more money out of you. So for the first time, guys, I was duped and I was hurt. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Simply Rhoda and this is my YouTube channel. Today I want to say thank you for clicking my video, and if it's your first time on this channel, honey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription means a great deal to me, and again, if you're a returning subby, thank you for always doing this for me. Again, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and share this video to those who may find this useful. Okay guys, this video, as you all know, that I've just shipped. I recently shipped a container to Zimbabwe. Upon doing that, I have learned a lot about shipping and also things, the mistakes I did and things that I should have done, which I'm going to be sharing with you here right now, right here, so that you won't make the same mistakes as I did. So here, sit back, relax and enjoy this video. I'm not gonna jump around all about, because I know this is a warning I've been given by some of you that, Rhoda, you should learn to just jump to the basics. Okay, today we're just gonna do exactly like that, and I know you guys, you already know what we are going to talk about. Based on the title below, you know what we are going to talk about in this video, and I have so much pleasure to be sharing this information with you because I've made a lot of mistakes because of lack of research, and also another thing, it was I didn't know. So to avoid you from falling in the same path that I did, I'm going to be sharing the most important things that you need to consider, or things you need to know before you start shipping to Zimbabwe. I know shipping to other countries is so easy, but Zimbabwe has a lot of requirements when you are importing things from outside. There are so many documentation and things that you should know before you make a first attempt, or else you'll be facing a lot of penalties. So guys, sit back, relax, share this video with anybody that you know who may find this helpful. I know a lot of people living in diaspora, either one day or the other, you are gonna be doing this, or either way or the other, you're gonna be shipping your things back to Zimbabwe, or you're gonna have things that you need to send to Zimbabwe. So take notes here, watch this video to the end, and also let me know in the comment section where you are watching me from. I would love to give you a special high five and also a special shout out in our next video. Again, let's not waste too much time, let me jump right into the video. So I'm gonna be talking about the documentation that you need when you are planning to get or to ship your things or a container. For me, this is my first experience with shipping a full container under my name. In the past, I've shipped goods, but using groupage that I've mentioned in the earlier on, that I didn't have enough things to fill up a container. Hence, there was no need for me to actually hire or buy a container to ship to Zimbabwe. Hence, I was unaware of these things that you must know when you are going to ship a full container. So let's jump right into it. The first thing that you should have, or you must have, before you even start buying your things here in China or any other country outside of Zimbabwe, the thing that you must have first is the importer's license. You must have an active importer's license. Hence, you need to apply for this beforehand, so you know you are safe when it's time for you to bring your things back or ship your things to Zimbabwe. And the second thing that you will need, that will be very, very important for this shipment to land in Zimbabwe, reducing a lot of hassles, unlike what I did, is the tax clearance certificate. This is, some of you may ask me, oh Rhoda, what is that? Okay, a tax is the use of this tax clearance certificate. Okay, this is used to clearing import goods in Zimbabwe. So failure to provide one will result you into having penalties, etc., etc. So yeah, it's important to have a tax clearance. Again, the good thing about these certificates, they are free of charge. Again, if you don't know about this information, you may meet up, or you may be charged by the clearing agent that we may ask to help us clear our goods at the borders. They may take note, or they may realize that you are unaware of these things, right? And they may charge you money like I didn't know, so I fall for this. I only realized that I was duped after I've already paid the money, guys. So I'm telling you this so you will be aware. A tax clearance document certificate is a certificate that you can apply on your own online, and it's free of charge. Although our country has some issues and stuff, this certificate is free of charge. If somebody tell you that you need to pay for this, know that they are in for duping you. I've realized that, and I hope you will not fall for the same mistake I did. It was all because I didn't research and educate myself more about that, so I was duped. For the first time, guys, I was duped and I was hurt. After I paid money, I realized that I was duped. This is a document that I can get on my own, because I sometimes think I'm ahead of things, right? But the way the clearing agencies will be telling you and explaining to you, it seems like these documents are hard to get, but they are not. And some of the things they will be explaining to you that is really hard to get, or stuff like that, etc., etc. I think for this, they are just paving way to get more money out of you. So if you don't take your time, if you don't invest in your time to do enough research and understand how Zimbabwe works, how customs works, and how duties work, you may be duped. So now on, guys, I hope you not fall for what I've done. I've made this mistake. I'm always ahead of things, but I don't know what happened, guys. So I'm just warning you, do not be duped. This is a certificate you can get free of charge. You don't need to pay anything, and the good thing is you can do it on your own, on your computer. You just go to Zimbra website and apply one for yourself. That's it. Within a matter of seconds or of minutes, you have one. You will have one certificate, so you don't need to pay for this. Okay, now let's go to the most important document, because if you are going to be buying things, there are certain things that are required to have certificates, as in they need to have what we call CBCA. These are certificates of conformity assessment done to reduce dangerous and substandard products entering the country. So most of these certificates are issued in the country of origin where you buy the things. So before your things are loaded in the ship, after you purchase them, you can find the reputable companies or agencies that does this conformity assessment, so they can issue you with what we call CBCA certificate that shows that the goods that you are going to import meets the standards. They are not substandard, they meet the standards. And this document is really, really important, y'all. I will repeat again, it's really, really important. So before you buy things, make a research, see whether Zimbabwe will ask for certificates on certain goods. You have to do your research on that. Check in Zimra official websites. You can actually see documents. I'm going to attach one, and if you want one, you can also ask me. You can email me and I can send one to you, so you can see the type of things that are needed to have certificates. In fact, it's almost everything that you're going to be importing in Zimbabwe. I haven't seen anything that doesn't require these certificates. Almost everything that you need to import to Zimbabwe, it needs certificates. So this CBCA certificate is really hard. So from the country where you are importing, once your things are loaded and they leave, they are locked, the container has been sealed, there is no other way you get this certificate. You have to just to pray to God that when you get to Zimbabwe side or Mozambique side, or wherever port you are going to reach in, they'll find a way to, you find a better way to solve this issue. But anyway, it's Zimbabwe, so it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be complicated. So far, I haven't found a resolution for this matter. It's still underway. Again, I'll be sharing with you once I resolve this matter of the CBCA certificate. Okay, let's look at the next thing. This is another important document that, of course, the consignment will leave, but it cannot be accepted at the country of arrival if you don't provide this document. I know some of you, somebody has actually asked me this question in the comment in my last video, where I was celebrating the success of shipping my container to Zimbabwe, my first container to Zimbabwe. This is what we call the BOL. Usually that's the short name for bill of lading. This is an important document that will put in the things that you are importing, that will have the consignee, the person who is importing these things to Zimbabwe. So this document has to be issued in the country of where you are buying these things, or the shipping agent where you are buying these things will prepare this document for you. So all I can say, this document is really not complicated. It's not, because what the shipping agent will require from you is the invoice, the consignee name, and the total number of packages or contents of your container, and the kg, the weight, and stuff like that. In fact, the shipping agent will help you a lot on that. Again, in my case, the shipping agent did help me a lot on that, because I didn't have enough information about how it's calculated and how they have to come up with all those things that were required. So the shipping agent did chip in and help me a lot on that. So I can actually say your shipping agent can chip in on that and help you. So they just require information from you. They'll ask you what to provide to them. Again, that's when they will ask you about your tax clearance certificate, where they will ask you about your address, your email, your contact details, and the number of things that you are shipping. In most cases, your shipping agent will be aware of this, because they have the packing list, which will help them to know the number of things that you are shipping, the weight of the things, etc., etc. So the bill of lading is issued in the country where you are buying things, not the country where you are importing to. In this case, I bought my things in China, so I got the bill of lading in China, and yeah, it's calculated in China, and then I'll just send the things to Zimbabwe. And then let's go on to the next. I wish I can have enough time to explain in detail about the CBCA anyway, and I want you guys to actually understand the gravity of importing things without the CBCA certificates. This is very, very important. I think for everything that I've mentioned so far, I think this document is the most important thing ever, and that can complicate your shipping and give you sleepless nights once your consignment leave without it, because getting it in Zimbabwe or in Beira or Maputo, I don't know, whichever port you'll be entering Zimbabwe through, is quite difficult. Actually, I can say it's quite complicated. So I wish you guys, you can do enough research. Once you finish purchasing your things, try to find people who can do the certification for you or this check for you before you even hire a container. This will save your money, your time, and also prevent you from having a lot of headaches. Yeah, so this is an important document. I wanted to reiterate it so that you guys, you can actually understand the gravity of this document. And you find when you look for this shipping, for these clearing agencies, they mostly ask for this document. That's the first thing they ask for, like, can you send me the CBCA? Can you send me your packing list? Or can you send me your receipts, your supplier invoices and stuff like that? So you find that the CBCA will always be the hardest one, that will probably slow down things, and also will make you come out of a lot of money, maybe also putting you out of budget, because once you have to have these things done in Zimbabwe, it's going to cost you more than it would have if you had this document before sending your consignment. So make sure you have your things checked before they enter the container, or during the time that you are putting them on the container. Importers in license, that should be an active one. But I still don't understand this, because if I am sending my things, I haven't actually looked well into this, because sometimes you are sending your individual things, you are not doing it for business. So they say the importer's license. So I feel like for this importer's license, you have to be somebody who is doing this for business, right? But I'm unaware that if you are just buying your personal use things, like in this case, I am sending things to complete my house. That's for personal use for my house. I'm not buying, or I'm not importing things for business or stuff. So I don't understand why I should have an importer's license, and it should be active. The other thing, the fifth thing, that is the tax clearance certificate. This is also very important, because once your tax is being calculated, it's going to be put and be part of your tax clearance. You need this one to clear your things at the border, and failure to have one will you will be fined, or you will be you will have penalties imposed on you if you fail to provide a tax clearance certificate. Again, Again, I want to say this is a document that is very easy to get, but if you are unaware, yes, you may face some fines, some penalties. And also if your clearing agents also become aware of this, that you don't have this, some may also find it as a way to charge you money for things that are actually free of charge. And anyway, to get a tax clearance certificate, you can just go to Zimra official website and apply one for yourself. This is a document that doesn't require you to spend much time or have a waiting period to get one. You may have one within 5 minutes. You will have your taxi number, you will have your taxi certificate. This is free of charge. Nothing is needed. You don't need to pay for this. It's free of charge. But for me, it's something that I've learned late. I had someone, like, I've asked a clearing agent about the thing that are required of me. So for me, I didn't do enough research on my own, and I was like, I don't know how to get one, and I was duped, guys. This clearing agent told me, oh, it says I can apply for you and do this. So I thought maybe this is how it is done, and I needed to pay something to Zimra to have it done. But to my surprise, I only later find out that I was actually duped. This is a document that I can get free of charge. I don't need to pay anything for it. Even if you go to Zimra website, it's clearly stated and in bold that it's free of charge to get or to apply for a tax clearance certificate. It's free of charge, guys. So you may also wonder what's the duration of this certificate. It has a duration of 12 months, and that's when you need to go and declare your tax returns and stuff like that. You'll be using that number, and I think it's renewable, so you can renew it after that. Okay, now let's look at the next one. I hope you not fall for my mistake. I hope you will be aware of these things and not fall for the same mistakes I did. That's why I'm here to let you know, guys. So you best be prepared when it comes to the time when you are going to be sending your things to Zimbabwe or importing things from other countries and send to Zimbabwe. You must be aware of these. These are 3 free things that you can just apply. This service is a free service. 3 main documents that are required for custom clearance in Zimbabwe. Now this one is in Zimbabwe. Number 1, you need your transportation invoice. I think that also includes the freight charges from wherever the goods are coming from. You need a packing list. That is the one that will be used for them when they are calculating your duties and look for the contents of the container. Although I heard that the container has to be opened and things have to be offloaded, but some clearing agents, again, I'll come to that, like, guys, be aware. Some clearing agents will tell you that your container will not be opened if you pay such and such amount, but there is no container that will enter the borders of Zimbabwe and not be opened. What if they import or let a container carried with ammunition get into the country? Just pafunge ipapo. So once the clearing agent tells you that the containers will not be open, know that it's a lie and it's a way for them to get more money out of you. All containers are opened. All containers are open. Of course, I know deals are done, but all containers are opened at the border. Once the clearing agent tells you that your container will not be open, you need to pay such and such an amount of money for your container not to be open. Unless if you know you are importing things that are illegal in Zimbabwe, then you can buy that stuff. But if you know that you are importing things that are legal, I don't think you should agree to that fact, because unobirwa mari kujirwa mari pachena, because all containers are opened irregardless of who you are. They are opened. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Is the certificate of origin. Like, where is it coming? I think that's where the CBCA comes in, also to ensure that the things that you are importing are meet the standards or meet the quality standards. They are not substandard. And also there is also what we call the BOE, that is the bill of entry. This one is obtained in the country where goods are being imported to. So the bill of lading is applied to the country where you are buying the things, and the bill of entry is obtained in the country where you are sending the things to. So these are 2 different things. They are easy to get, they are not hard to get. Okay, now there are things that I want to warn you guys. These are warnings. Be aware of these things. Be aware of this when you are looking for agents to help you. Number 1, If an agent tells you that your container is not going to be open, so you need to pay a huge amount of money, think twice, because you might be cheated. Every container that enters the border of Zimbabwe is opened. It is open. I'm not saying deals are not done. Deals are done whereby there are some things that are missing that are required. For example, the CBCA certificates. Deals are done, but the container will be opened irregardless. If the clearing agent tells you that your container will not be opened, run. Okay, and taxi clearance is not paid for. Okay, taxi clearances are not paid for, they are free of charge. If your clearing agent tells you that you should pay a certain amount of money to get a clearance certificate, run. Know that you are being duped. This is a document that you can actually apply for yourself online, Zimbra website. Apply one for yourself, and within a few minutes you have one. So you don't need to pay for this. It's free of charge. Other than that, you can continue to educate yourself. You guys, I know there are some of you who have achieved things already, and you are aware of the things that are needed, and some things maybe I may have skipped them. You can also do the pleasure to write them down, share with us. In the next video, we may have more information. Again, my container is on the sea right now. It hasn't reached Zimbabwe. I'm looking at least 4 weeks plus for it to reach Zimbabwe. I think by then I'll have also more information about what's needed. I'm still in the learning process, guys, but I know my second container and third containers, I'll be a pro. Like I've mentioned in my past video, I've said that I was an amateur then, but now I don't think I belong to that lane. Now I'm in the lane of upcoming shipper, experienced shipper. So you guys, thank you so much. If you've watched this video to this right end, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and your support. I'll see you in the next video. It's good.